from Central Ohio's news leader. This is 10 TV News This Morning.
.09, the time in your Monday morning. It's a cycle of violence that is getting new attention today.
The steps being taken by Columbus leaders to stop domestic violence here in Central Ohio. More families in Central Ohio escaping violence.
I don't know what I need to do. I just crying. I want somebody helping me. I have no family here. I don't know where I need to go. I don't know who can help me.
Next, the help that is coming for the youngest victims of domestic violence. Crime Tracker 10 this morning with a powerful image you will see as you head out today. Flyers all around Columbus listing the crisis hotline number for people to call if they are trying to escape a domestic violence situation. The Purple Poster Patrol spent Sunday putting those out in the Short North area as part of an effort by Choices, the only shelter in Franklin County where families can turn. Now, the agency says this year it is seeing a disturbing trend, more children utilizing the shelter, so much so there aren't enough beds for all of them.
At the Choices shelter, among the array of beds are 5 infant cribs.
In this promotional video, Choices lays out the reality of domestic violence on children and the growing number of kids, from babies to teenagers, who need shelter. The images are powerful and very real for Maria.
The night he took all my stuff, my credit card, my phones.
Maria spent 8 months at the Choices shelter with her 4-year-old daughter, who was her guiding strength.
Maybe my baby will make me more stronger.
Maria says one night her abuser choked her and threw her to the ground, and that was it.
I cannot breathe until I tell him, let me go, or I call 911.
And we're seeing that most of the beds in most of the shelters in Ohio are being used to help house and shelter kids.
Joe Simonson is with the Ohio Domestic Violence Network. The group tracked 101 deaths in Ohio in 1 year, all reportedly from domestic violence situations. Purple represents an adult that was killed. The white pins were children. Simonson says she's also tracking something much more disturbing, the types of domestic violence with children involved. 4-year-old boy beaten to death in Mercer County. Jury recommends death for dad of starved and beaten 2-year-old boy. Woman bears scars of domestic violence. Daughter and son died in knife attack. Despite the grim headlines, Simonson says more programs are now focusing on children by adding child trauma specialists around the state.
Each kid responds to it differently. And so really within the same family, you might have 3 kids that experience or have different effects from the trauma that they've been exposed to.
What does she like to do? Maria says she's thankful her daughter was young enough to not remember much, but she's saddened to know that the number of families with kids needing shelter has tripled in just the past 2 years. Now, to help handle the rising demands of kids and families needing shelter, Choices is on par to build a new one that will increase the number of beds, total beds, from 51 to 120 here in Franklin County. And there will also be a place for pets. Well, tonight, Columbus City Council will recognize Choices for the work that it does, and it's all part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and just a way to reach out and let people know that there are services out there for everyone.
The child element to it all is just heartbreaking, and those beds, I suppose, will allow people to have a place to go at a time when they feel like they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go, and the first step is letting them know that that safety net is there, you know, and then a place for them to go. So we'll have much more of this online as well. That others care.